Okay, so let's jump right into this lightning. First I want to go into the environment controls and turn off the arrow indicators and everything. And then I want to go into the lightning controls, and of course you see I have the city off so we can just focus on the sky. I'm going to go to the lightning controls, and the first thing you see here is we have to turn the lightning on. So let's turn that on. And you see the sky is gone, and that's because the lightning has its own sky. Okay, so you see there's a switch for the enable red lightning indicator, and you're probably best if you just leave that on. It won't render. And what you want to do is you want to dial this in. Oh, there it is right there. So let's put that at about center for now. And if you come down here to the lightning position changes per second, let's increase that from 2 to 10. That way we can determine the range much quicker. That means it's going to change position 10 times per second. Doesn't look that fast because we're playing back at just under 6 frames per second. Seems to be going center to the right. So what we need to do is let's let it run right there. And then we want to move this to the left a bit. Okay, maybe about there. And we want to increase this range, means, and what that does is control how far from the left to the right it will shift. Okay, and then of course you can make this bigger and it can just shift out and come back in. But we're going to try this for now. Maybe, okay, now let's try that and play this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Okay, so it's staying in there pretty good. So the next thing we want to do, because the lightning is so dependent on the clouds, which we are using still, we want to go back into the cloud tab, and especially the cloud appearance. Well, first off, let's go into our groups, and I've got cloud group B chosen. I'm going to go into the cloud appearance and go under cloud group B, and we want to increase this cloud coverage to 100%. Okay. Going to take a second to update. There it is. And so let's just do a quick render. We're just going to do this over here. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to go back into our cloud and in the sky cloud group controls. And let's go down and let's reduce the cloud brightness to, let's say, 70%. And I have a saved gradient in here in the Save Your Gradients. It's called Lightning Storm Clouds. And I'm just going to copy that, right click and copy, come back and right click and paste. All right. And then increase cloud cover over sun. This is a place where we definitely want to increase our cloud cover. And now again, we'll take a moment to update. Let's just take a look at it. Okay, so that's looking pretty good, but I want more definition in the darker areas. So let's go back into our lightning control again, because the sky is in the lightning control. And you can see here that you can set the color of the lightning sphere. But if you take this lightning sphere brightness down to 0, you'll see that like this area down here is pretty dark, but it's still not as dark as I want it, and that is because we have to go back into the environment, go into the haze, and let's turn that off for now. Now you can have that on, and you might even add to your scene by making that a greenish color or whatever. But for right now, I want this pretty dark. Okay, now I go back into my lightning. Let's just increase this, say to about maybe 20. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, for now, let's just leave it there. If we go down to the set lightning periods, what this means is that these are the intervals that lightning will flash, and it won't flash in between these intervals. From 0 to 30, we are going to see lightning. So if well, let me play that though. I can mess it up to. I'm going to play that. Okay, so we've got lightning. Not real bright there. But if we go farther along, okay, and here we should see, in this, we'll go through these, but we should see in the second or tertiary lightning about 800. So there should be plenty of light there. The thing is, though, is it's not going to, because it's between 30 and 40. So if we go up to just over 40, now we'll check it, and now we've got our lightning again. This is a very simple way to set up the intervals where lightning will actually be flashing. So let's go back to the beginning, and we're going to go down under the lightning settings themselves. Now there's 3 sets: lightning, the primary one, the secondary, and the tertiary. And you can change those any way you want. I just set it up that way so that there was a maximum lightning, which is set at 16 here, which can go higher, and I'll show you that in a second. And then the secondary and tertiary are set at 10 as far as intensity. And again, you can change all these. You can have all of them flashing as tense as you want. To get an idea of, and of course these are the colors, to get an idea of how 16, the power that it's flashing at, if you play through this and you watch this first one, the primary lightning intensity readout, you'll see that it's going to, there was 1200, 1500 I think I saw. Okay, so this looks like it's shooting up to about 1500. Let's take this down to 4 and restart it. And now watch this readout. Now this thing is never reaching much above 300 and something. I don't think it ever went to 400. So that's how these work. And so I'm going to set this back to 16. And you can see as it's playing through, let's stop it there. Oh, let's stop it where they're all reading. Okay. So right now, and we're still in a lightning period, so this lightning, the primary is at 1200, the secondary is at almost 600, 560, and the third, tertiary, is almost at 1000. So this should be a fairly bright lightning strike. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. And actually, I think that is about it on this. I do want to mention this project frame rate. The reason that's important to put in, because that's how it calculates the position changes per second. And just in case you were wondering, this is not bolt lightning. That's why you're not seeing lightning bolts. This is like splash lightning, or some people call it heat lightning. Anyway, have some fun with this, and see you in the next one.